Welcome to Thriving Thursday. So, the last month of the year is finally here, and I want to take a really good look back at what you did really well over the year and what you didn't. I think that's a really great place to start for where you're going to grow your business next year. So I want to just take a little view, a rear view mirror snapshot here, and really get serious with yourself about what it is you did well and what you didn't. Now, that doesn't mean you go in and you beat yourself up. Just really objectively sit down in a quiet place and answer some of the following questions. You're going to be evaluating the good, the bad, and the ugly. So get ready. So the good. What were the big accomplishments this year that made you proud? Proud of your company, proud of yourself? You don't have to limit this to your business. You can also limit this to your personal growth as well. What were your big revenue generators for your business? What were the things that really made you the most money? And did you really like doing them? What promotions and programs did you enjoy? I ran a couple programs this year, and there was one I really loved. So I'm going to be sitting down and trying to figure out, was it the people? Was it the program? Was it the format? Or did I just have a great mix of ingredients going on with that particular program? What was your favorite part of this year? Well, I hate to say it, but I need to throw some personal stuff in here. My favorite part of the year this year was going to France. I really had a stress-free, fun week. I took no tech with me at all. I left my computer at home. The first day was a little harrowing. I thought I was going to have to white knuckle myself out of the technology. But after that, there was a great sense of peace. And because there was another language going on TV, I had no idea what was going on here. So what was the bad this year? What projects didn't convert as planned? What were those things that you put together and they just flopped? Moving into, what were your revenue generating flops? Did you have high hopes for something that didn't pan out? Did that mean that you have to go back and take a really hard look at the analytics? Was it just maybe not enough of a promotional push? Go back and take a look at those things and determine what were the factors that really didn't work in that promotion. What promotions and programs stressed you out? I had a few of those this year. There was a program that I promoted that just didn't work out at all. And what's crazy is once I stopped promoting it, people started asking about it. So obviously there was not something wrong with the program. There was something wrong with the promotion. And so that's one of the things I need to figure out again this year. And actually, I think I've got it rocked. What was your least favorite part of this year? Well, there were a couple things that were real lesson learners for me, but I am determined to take what was the least favorite part of my year and learn from it. What was the ugly? And this really does pertain to business. What campaigns did not convert? I had one or two that just didn't convert well. And it was crazy because I had great copywriters. What really turned out is we needed to talk to our audience more. And when we did, we found out that there were parts of our audience that were really starving artists instead of having money and not understanding that books and marketing are a business and you need both to succeed in the publishing world. Where did my company leak money? Well, I may have purchased some things that didn't really give me the ROI I was looking for, and I won't let that happen again. I've got some vetting things in place, some vetting criteria now that will help me determine before I hire anybody what the protocols are and what I'm actually getting. If you had a mulligan, where would it be? So for those of you who don't play golf, a mulligan is a do-over. It's when you stand at the tee box and you hit it off into the trees and you quietly put down another ball while everybody laughs at you and you hit it again and they don't count the stroke. Where would your mulligan be? And how would you structure your do-over this time? What vendors and workers didn't pay for themselves? This was one of my company leakages this year, was hiring people who, Well, quite frankly, made big promises but didn't deliver. And it's so funny because some of those strategy sessions I've had lately, I've heard from other people the same thing. You know, they want testimonials, they want to talk to my clients. And I am so okay with that because I ran into the same thing this year, especially in the area of Facebook people who wanted a whole lot of money and didn't deliver a whole lot of anything. So where will your focus be this year? How will you change the bad and the ugly? How can you do more of what worked and more of what you liked? If it was really fun, that was probably one of the reasons it worked. How will you learn more and increase your skill level next year? What are the pieces that you're missing that could be revenue generators that you're not currently working with? And how will you refocus your targets, especially if you're someone who has shiny object syndrome, who's, running around like, oh my gosh, that looks fun, and buying things that maybe you're not ready to integrate in. I just talked to someone last week who had an amazing book that he brought into our session, and he was reading it. And I was really frank, that's a wonderful book, but you're not anywhere near the level of that book. And he actually said, you know what, I can see that. I have no idea what they're talking about here. So, those little things that you're not ready for, tuck them away for a rainy day, because you will remember when you get there, but don't try to move steps ahead when you're not ready yet. And how can you build more accountability into what you do? That's what so many of us are missing. We need an accountability coach. We need someone to help us structure our businesses better so we're working more efficiently. So all of those, think about how are you going to refocus for the next year and have more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. Because in the end, as you know, if you are not fully building out your funnel and doing it in a way that converts and running your business in a way that is structured to help you work in your zone of genius, then you're going to be leaking clients and revenue. See you next week.